Hi friends, I'm Snorpixel and welcome to my channel. Today, in one of my first Art Talk videos, we will be talking about why I'm only starting my YouTube channel at the age of 34 while drawing this. So without any further delays, let's jump right into it. Okay, I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel, but I've never had the guts to really do it. Was it because of my art that I thought was too bad to share, or that I simply didn't have anything meaningful to say? Well, here are some of my thoughts. For me, it feels like everyone on YouTube is younger than me, or at least it used to feel like that. Kept on compiling the snowball effect of when I started to plan the whole YouTube thing. It took about a few years for me to actually start recording stuff and putting stuff online. And also, I'm an introvert. I always feel like YouTube is solely for extroverts. I did do Toastmasters just before my wedding, actually. That really helped me get more comfortable in front of the camera, but still, it was difficult. It's tricky for introverts. Yeah, for me, it felt like another big hurdle that I had to get over. The other thing was, it wasn't really an option for me to do art professionally, so I had to cut out time from my busy schedule, especially after I started working for myself, mainly doing photography to pay the bills and editing and trying to do some odd jobs and stuff after my engineering career, which I will get to in another whole video. I've always been drawing ever since I was little. I think my first drawing was my uncle's motorcycle. But yeah, those things got lost while moving up and down from different parts of South Africa, between houses and stuff like that. That did dampen the whole artistic journey a little bit, especially during my years when I was studying to be an engineer. I really lost a lot of steam or motivation to continue with my art. But as soon as I started working full time, my art just came back. I had this great urge to just make art again. And even though it was much more difficult to get back into it, it was a lot of fun. By that time, I was 23. And then I had to start all over again, applying myself, buying way too many tutorials and too many art supplies. And I'll get into that in another video. I made a lot of mistakes. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to try and tell you guys all about it because I want to share what I've been through. It's not been an easy road up to where I am. I don't think it's special. I just think it's something that I'd like to share. There's a couple of people who are in the same boat as me. There's probably a whole lot more people that are struggling to do this. And I just like to tell them that, yeah, it's not easy, but you can get there. I'm obviously not selling my art for millions of dollars yet. Maybe one day. But I'm trying to just show you that you can get somewhere, even though it's not maybe the destination that you think you should end at. You will get somewhere if you just keep on showing up. That was the whole thing with this YouTube channel. I've always wanted to do it. Then what should I do? Where should I start? What should I draw? What should I talk about? It was very stressful. Do I even have a style? You know, like I said, I was also too scared to start something new while I was already like 24 or 25. Even though it wasn't something new, I had to start over. Most YouTubers are really young, and I mean, they are massive. I was at that point when I started again, I was continually comparing myself with other people like Noah Bradley and Jake Parker. They are amazing artists, but now I'm this guy who doesn't really want to be an engineer anymore. Now I have to try and make art that people like. It's difficult. So it was all of this stuff compiled made it really difficult to actually just start making stuff. The other thing was to have enough stuff to draw that will make enough content for weekly videos. Sometimes I just want to draw something cool and then it ends up looking like a piece of crap, and then I have to start again and then you just want to go to bed, or especially when you have a baby, time is really tight. One of the biggest reasons why I actually waited until now was that I went through this whole mental shift. I had this big sort of burden I felt on my shoulders that I studied engineering and I should do engineering. I should contribute to society via engineering, build rockets and build medical machines and blah, 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 blah. But Unfortunately, my career didn't go that way. I was designing stairs and stupid stuff like that. Then my wife actually told me your art can make a bigger difference than your engineering can, and your own art will make a bigger difference than a lot of engineers that are currently working. And yes, obviously, one of the big reasons also was I felt like if I put myself on YouTube and on Instagram, I would sort of be broadcasting that I failed as an engineer. I'm now trying to be an artist. People will ask, "Hey, you're an artist. Are you making enough money to pay your mortgage?" No, I wasn't making enough money with my art. I felt like if I was broadcasting this whole sort of failure message to the world, if I would put this all my stuff online. Obviously, that's not the case anymore, but it took a lot of time for me to realize that. And in my culture, we are praised to be something safe when you grow up, like a doctor or engineering. I guess that's in a lot of cultures. So these things were always circulating in my mind. Okay, so here's also a list of reasons why I should start a YouTube channel that I told myself before I made this video. I had this burning feeling that I had to make videos because I make wedding videos for a living now after my engineering job. I had a lot of video gear. It's perfect for me to basically start a YouTube channel. And I love drawing. So to combine the two is like a no-brainer for me. Yeah, and I also thought I have an interesting perspective as I'm coming from a different background than a couple of artists. I thought that I do have something to share, maybe a story to tell. Also, I really love indie art and indie games, and especially from individual creators. Comics that are self-published, stuff like Headlopper and Skyheart from Jake Parker, stuff like that. It's awesome. It makes me excited, and I wish I could do it myself. And then finally, I can probably make a difference with my art rather than with being a sad engineer at some random design from. Not that I'm saying engineers are irrelevant, we really need them. But for me, my path just worked out in this specific way. That's how life is. I took a left here and a right there and followed these roads. My decisions led me to a point. That's why I am, and I have to make the best of it. And I am trying to. Even maybe if the YouTube channel doesn't work, at least I tried. In summary, I'm starting this channel to share my story and to also make some nice pictures for you to look at. To tell like-minded people what it's like going from being an engineer and to being a photographer, to being an artist, to being sort of an entrepreneur. It's been a crazy ride, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of more videos about stuff like that. Hopefully that's something you guys like. Okay, that was it. Thanks again for sticking around and listening to me talk about stuff. I'll be sharing more videos soon and more often, so please be sure to like and subscribe if you're interested in that. Also, I've just launched my Patreon page, so if you would like to personally support me and my art, please go to the link in the description. Also, please leave a comment if you'd like to talk about this topic, or if you would like me to go into more depth about art-related mental health stuff in future videos. Thanks again. Cheers.